Jeanette Vega, we're so delighted to have a conversation to speak to you at this particular time. Firstly, to be able to congratulate you on your appointment to the administration of President Boric. It sounds so extremely exciting for us from the outside, the election of such a young president at such an important time in Chilean politics. Seems like a real opportunity. Perhaps you could talk a little bit about that, and then more specifically, your appointment as Minister for Social Development and Family. What exactly is the mandate?
Thank you, Michael. Well, first of all, the Minister of Social Development and Family here is the ministry in charge of all the design and monitoring of social policies of the government. It has 3 undersecretaries, one that is the planning and evaluation, second one that is in charge of social services, and third one that is in charge of the childhood policies. And in addition, 6 services, one connected to elderly, healthy longevity, second one, the Youth Institute or National Services, third one, the National Services for Childhood, fourth one, the FOSIS, who is the main agency for social investment, and then we have CONADI, that is the national service in charge of all policies for indigenous population. And then I always forget one, and then the National Service for Disabilities. So it's a huge ministry, it's one of the biggest ones, and it's very close to the center of the government. So my main mandate during these years that will be in office is to implement a national care system, which is basically sort of the next step after National Health Service. What we're basically saying is that we are a country that we are able to provide care to those in need, and those in need are in particular guaranteed care. Those that are children and adolescents, elderly people, and people with disabilities. And so we have to, we are calling that the 4th pillar of social protection, meaning access to care. So that's the main, it's a huge challenge, because just to give you a sense, in countries where it has been implemented, like Spain, for example, we're talking about 7% of GDP. It's around the same as health. So that's what we have to do. We have to decide it. We have to decide the law that we need to pass to reform all the services that need to connect to this, and then begin the implementation. So that's the first one. And then the second one that I'd like to say is that we do have to contribute to have sort of an e-Chile, meaning that all the databases that are in the country that relate to social services are part of the integrated data clearinghouse, and that is also part of my portfolio. And lastly, all the investment in Chile that have social implications go through our system to be approved, and after we approve them, then they'll get the financing to be implemented in all the regions. So that's basically, it's a little little challenges.
My goodness, it sounds like a huge load. It also sounds like the kind of initiatives that need to involve other ministries across government is
yeah. Yeah, we do have an interministerial committee that is mandatory. And then in that ministerial committee, all the ministers decide what are the priorities for investment and for policies and basically what is the roadmap for the country. We present basically what is the roadmap, and then it is approved by the interministerial committee.
Mm-hmm. So this is not your first go around in government by any manner of means. This is fairly familiar territory for you. What do you bring from your prior experience as Deputy Health Minister and other roles in government over the past number of years? What do you think you have learned that you can bring to this situation now?
Well, I think that what we can bring to the situation is mostly what are the things that you need to avoid more than what are the things that you need to do. And that's one. And then the second one that I think we bring to government is that in order for policies to be successful, as you rightly said in the program, it is in fact 10% planning and 90% implementation. And I lived that. So a 90% implementation means implementation at the floor level, implementation in real life and in real time.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad that all your years in the ministerial forum have given you that insight anyway. And we in turn are now really excited that you can bring your new insights in this new situation back to the ministerial forum. So what do you anticipate maybe the major obstacles to getting done what you need to have done?
Well, I think that the major obstacle is going to be changing the view from a view of kind of being beneficiaries of things that the state provides to having rights. The understanding of rights is not necessarily the same in the country. We do have a context where we are discussing a new constitution. And I do think that that is also going to be difficult because the political environment is extremely polarized at this point. And this constitution that we have now was approved during the dictatorship. So it is a constitution that maintained the privileges of 10% of the population, basically, and going through a democratic process where the people that are preparing the constitution are citizens that were selected by voting of the population. It's not something that the elites are very happy because, you know, when you transfer power, those that are being left out of power are not very happy. So I think that is the main issue right now in the country.
Yeah. Well, as I said, we are excited to have one of our own, so to speak, in this important position now, and to have you continue to inform both the Ministerial Program Advisory Board and, of course, the ministers themselves. We look forward to that very much and wish you everything of the best, Jeanette.
Thank you so much, Michael. And as you know, I am very committed to the program, and I've been extremely happy to participate in it. In fact, I'm staying on only a couple of prior engagements, and this is one that they really want to keep. So
well, we're very grateful. Thank you, Jeanette.